all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning and happy Monday. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 29th of October. Here's everything you need to know. Mukesh Ambani has won the oil regulator's approval for selling his loss-making East-West natural gas pipeline to Canadian investor Brookfield, according to a top official. Commerce and Industry Minister Suresh Prabhu has said India and the US have exchanged offers for a possible trade deal to resolve issues related to bilateral commerce. After 2 consecutive years of single-digit expansion, big Indian drug firms are expected to return to double-digit growth in the current financial year, aided by the recovery in US sales, weakening of the rupee and revival of domestic demand, according to rating agency CRISIL. Soon, GST officers will study the behavioral pattern of certain taxpayers to nudge them to comply with tax laws in a departure from the current practice of focusing only on deterrent action to check evasion. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs has set up a nudge team to formulate a strategy on studying behavioral patterns of taxpayers and use segmented approach to encourage them to pay taxes, an official said. In international news, the US economy expanded at a 3.5% pace in the third quarter as consumers opened their wallets, businesses restocked inventories, and governments boosted spending. That marks the strongest back-to-back quarters of growth since 2014. The annualized rate of gains in gross domestic product compared with the 3.3% median estimate in a Bloomberg survey and followed a 4.2% advance in the prior 3 months. Tesla's chief executive officer Elon Musk has said that he was signing off Twitter for a few days shortly after tweeting that the $20 million penalty that he was given for announcing on Twitter that he had funding to take the electric vehicle maker private was worth it. In the week ahead, the Bank of England and Bank of Japan announced policy rate decisions. After raising rates in August, the BOE is expected to stand pat, while the BOJ is also expected to maintain its policy settings. Apple hosts a new product event at which it's likely to introduce iPad Pros that use facial recognition to unlock and new Macs. Asia will get Japan retail sales and China manufacturing PMI, which will show whether US sanctions have started to bite. US jobless claims are also out this week. Thai billionaire Vichai Srivaddhanaprabha, the chairman of Leicester City, was on a helicopter that crashed outside the English Premier League club's King Power Stadium, according to the BBC. In international markets, US stocks had ended the week with sharp cuts. The Nasdaq declined over 2%, while the S&P 500 and Dow lost 1.7 and 1.2% respectively. Asian stocks have started positive this morning, though, with the 3 early risers all starting with healthy gains. The Nikkei was higher by nearly 1% last I checked. It's now over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. How's it looking for the Indian markets at the start of the week?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. Global cues at this point of time are looking weak, but we are in the midst of earnings season. Bharat Petroleum is the only Nifty company that will come out with results today, but lots of other mid-caps, HDFC Asset Management, Coffee Day Enterprises, Just Dial, Tata Power, Spark, Century Textiles, Colgate, LIC Housing, DCM Shriram, Union Bank, Wonderla Holidays. So all these companies will come out with numbers today. In terms of numbers after market hours, ICICI Bank came out with a strong set of numbers. Asset quality also was maintained. The ADR ended up almost 4%. So watch out for ICICI Bank and watch out for the Nifty Bank because ICICI Bank has a large weightage on the Nifty Bank. In terms of other numbers, strong numbers were reported from Eros, Deepak Nitrite, Nestle, Imami Paper Mills, PI Industries, Nuclear Software Exports, Aavas Financials, Divi's Labs, Sesashai Paper, Vinati Organics and Gujarat Ambuja Exports. Weak numbers were reported from Jindal Stainless, HT Media and DCM Shriram Industries, while Shoppers Stop also posted muted set of numbers. In terms of stocks to watch, Cox & Kings will sell the HB Education, a wholly owned subsidiary, to a UK-based company for an enterprise value of almost £467 million, which is almost 4,380 crores. Axis Bank will sell almost 4.95% stake in NSDL to HDFC Bank for 163 crores. Peninsula Land to acquire 71% stake in RR Megacity Builders for 5 crores. Dishman says that the US FDA completed the inspection at the Bawala facility without any major critical observations. In terms of bulk deals, watch out for Ujjivan. Franklin India Focused Fund buys in 10 lakh shares and Franklin India High Growth Companies Fund buys in 13 lakh shares. So Franklin Templeton has bought in almost 23 lakh shares in Ujjivan. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab and you'll be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. Well, that's all we have for you on this podcast. Do check out the website, like Darshan said. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great week.
Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Don Bradman, and now Cyrus Brocha. Okay, probably not in the right company. I mean, Don Bradman is Australian. But it's called Cyrus Says, a wonderful show about everything. Find the show on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts.